Shalom, shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
I'm going to start by giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakadash. We the brothers from down to Bay, Florida, from the camp prophets in Babylon. Come with another Lord willing edifying lesson. Once again, double honor to those in the apostle, great millstone, who teach you well. Peace and blessings to the brothers who push this work and true sincerity to the scattered bride. And on the brother, I'm Juan. Next to me, I have the brother.
All
right, and we want to go into a lesson, all right, just going into through the spirit, all right, just being in order, all right, and obeying those who have rule over you, man, okay, because we're in some serious times to where, all right, that if you ain't in order, if you ain't, just on point, man, all right, when it comes to things that's being brought down, all right, stuff can go left, man, all right, for you. So it's important to just obey those rules that have rule over you, all right, and, just be obedient, man. All right. So we're gonna bring these scriptures out. Lord, want to be edifying to you. I came out walking, seeking Lord in true sincerity. But this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 17. It says, "Obey them that have rule over you, and submit yourselves."
So you may have brothers that be ahead of you in the game, man. And it's not even a game, but in this truth and in this walk, there may be brothers that came in before you. Okay, and starting with the elders and apostles, great millstone on down, you have to give due respect to those brothers, man, because they've been laboring before you've been laboring. You pretty much entered into their labors. All right, so you got to give them their respect and give the elders of great millstone double honors, man, which we're gonna grab that too. Okay, who rule well, but even down to the brother that's right on top of you. Okay, you got to take heed to what he's saying to you, because he's looking out for your soul, man. He ain't trying to hurt you or trying to attack you. He's trying to help you out. And you may have some brothers that may be over you, may be harsh, may be rude. Really, that's just a test of your patience, for you to work on your patience and increase in patience and still submit yourself, man. Okay.
It says, he breaking Hebrews in from top, Hebrews 11, 13 and 17, "Obey them that have rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy."
So they are watching for your souls, as they that may give account. They may give account, okay? Because what does that mean? That when the Lord pulls their card, okay, and reads their card, you're gonna say, "So you were the one that were in charge. Why is this going on with this person?" All right, you're gonna be held accountable for that person that you were looking out for, that brother that you were looking out for, man. Okay.
Right. For another example, like and you have it in a camp. The Lord have it from you have things set in order. Okay, you might have the first, second, third, and then fourth and the fifth command, and then so down. You might have it set up a way where some brothers might have to deal with multiple brothers, some brothers might have to deal with one brother, depending on the case might be. But when you have a position, a role in this truth, all right, and it is required of you to deal with others, all right, that becomes to be something that is that you have to take account for those that's underneath you. You might be asked a question about what's going on with this or whatever in this situation, and the brother that's doing what you have to give an account for that. Okay, same as we have to do when it comes to Yahweh Shem Shai. You see, as brothers above us and as individuals ourselves, man, that's what the scripture says: work out salvation with fear and trembling. All right,
that's right.
Roughly paraphrasing. So you have to do these things, and as it read on, it says what? It says, as they that must give an account, that they may do it with joy, and not with grief, for what is for that is unprofitable for you. So they must do it, where it's a possible, you doing what you got to do, so that it can be easy on the brother, okay, and even yourself. If you do these things, that's and just being in order. Or it should make it smooth sailing, man. But if you start, giving a hard and bumpy road for ones that's above you, then it's not going to be profitable unto you. You see?
Think of it as think of it as your previous job, right? Okay, if you were a troublemaker at your previous job, and then your new job calls them and asks them to give an account of you,
right?
You know, what you gonna want them to say? You gonna want them to say good things about you, but if you've been a troublemaker in their job, they're gonna tell them straight up, man, he was late all the time, and he had an attitude with a lot of the supervisors, and it just stressed him out just to talk about it, man. You know, or you may have to deal with you may be giving account for a brother that you are helping out or looking out for, okay, or watching over, to an older brother, all right, or the head of a camp, whatever it may be, and now, you got to do it with grief because you've been grievous to that brother. He had to correct you so many times. Now you got to, you don't even want to talk about it, But that's not going to make you look good to the head of that camp or to that new job. It's not going to make you look good to the Lord.
Right.
All right? Because a brother got to give account for you to the Lord. Guess what? We're going to listen to what he got to say about it. All right? And you're going to, hey, thou speakest truth. There's no guile in this man's tongue. He told the truth. He was really giving this brother a hard time just for watching out for you. Your parents may put the oldest kid in charge of the house.
Right.
They come back home and the house is in shambles. They're going to come to the oldest kid and whoop his ass like, why he wasn't looking out for my house? Put you in charge of the house. You didn't do your job,
Right.
Now the kid's going to get their ass whooped. And the oldest gonna get his ass whooped too, probably even more.
Right. Right. Then you have a saying, in the household, it's Jake household when you growing up, it say from the oldest to the youngest. And sometimes you might have it where the oldest 3 or the oldest 2 or 1 might have their shit together, but the one that's underneath, might not. But it's still obligated for the oldest to have it in order all together. You know what I'm saying? Which, one can make one mistake and it could cause all the rest of, have a mistake. You see? So it's important for everything to go, the way it's got to go according to it being in order.
And the oldest always get them severe ass whoopings.
They get the worst.
The youngest get beat with few stripes because they don't know no better.
Right. I got this precept. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. It says, let all things be done decently and in order.
So everything has to be done decently and in order. And order is passed down from the Most High, the Father, Yahweh, onto His Son, Yahweh Shai, and on down. Okay? You got the elders and apostles, great millstone, and it's going on down from there, man. Okay? So it's all one order. You just got to follow it. Scripture says there's no private interpretation of the scriptures, man. Okay? There's one curriculum, one order, one mind, one body, one truth, man. Okay, and that's it. Don't try to go around it or try to come up some other way or try to make make your own doctrine or your own ideas just because you want to be heard and you want to be seen, man. Come up under the order. Men get out of order because they don't want to answer to nobody. They want to feel like they're the top dog. That's a common problem in Israel. Everybody want to be the top dog, but when it comes time to be top dog, nobody want to be top dog. You got to be a leader. You gotta, before you can be a leader, you got to learn how to be a leader from a leader. Everybody want to come out and Jake don't want to come out of the order. That's why we in the situation we in, because the Lord sent out the order and Jake disobeyed, and the Lord kicked us out of the land. Now we're here in captivity to our enemies, man, our oppressors.
Right. That was it on that.
That was it on that?
I got this right here. You quoted it, bringing it out earlier. It's 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 17. It says, let the elders that woo well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine.
35 plus years, man. The elders and apostles of great millstone have been laboring. Okay? You can't hold a candle to that. They were laboring before a lot of us brothers was born. All right? So, what's this new shit you talking about? Men come up with new ideas and new doctrines, and they're just trying to buck up against the order, man. Just come under the order and you're going to be good. Just listen. Sometimes, scripture, if you can grab that too, if a man become a teacher, he has needed to be taught.
Be taught again.
Yeah, because those were the kind of jakes that were rebellious as hell in class growing up in school, man. You know, and then there were some jakes that were rebellious in class and excel in the truth. You know, because they were born again. All right, but when you come to the truth, you got to shake that nigga spirit off of you. And one of the attributes of being a nigga is ignorant. Is being ignorant. All right, Jake is willingly ignorant. Okay, so they don't want to know. They don't want to come under the order. They don't want to be in order. Okay, they just don't want to listen to nobody. Scripture calls them rebellious children. Okay, they don't listen to the Lord. What make you think they listen to their parents? Make you think they're gonna listen to another man that's teaching them? Okay, those are the so-called troublemakers of Israel. All right, they just want to do whatever they want to do. They headlong. Scripture calls them headlong. All right, they think they got it all figured out. Well, you gonna see when them nukes come. You gonna see if you got it all figured out. I was meditating on that earlier today. Like, man, all these artists, they rap all these songs with so much pride in them. But when the Lord comes, they all gonna be apologetic and sorrowful because they had the wrong idea of their whole life. You know, they're gonna want to switch their ways and try to teach everybody to do right. And everything's wrong. And the prophets out here on the scene telling you everything that you're doing is wrong. You know, nobody want to get it until they get nuked. And then everybody want to think upon their ways. When you you don't want to consider your ways until you're standing before the Lord in the spirit body. You ain't in the flesh no more. Because once you leave this flesh, all them tempting thoughts, those lusts, that pride, all that ego shit goes away because those are things of the flesh.
Right.
You know, those ain't things of the spirit. Those are things of the flesh. So everything that was distracting you from the spirit is going to leave you when you're coming for the Lord. And you ain't going to be able to do nothing but just sit there and take the judgment for it. What you got?
I got that Hebrews chapter 5 verse 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need to one. It says ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles.
You got it.
Of the oracles of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Right? You know, so be willing to hear when you come in this truth, man. You know, before you can come in and be in hee-haw and the whole hacho macho, man, you got to be willing to be retaught again, man. You know, you got people that might come with all these different type of things that they feel like they know and this and that, but you know, and scriptures require us to become babes again, man. All right, willing to hear and listen, all right, and receive unto this word. All right, so submit yourself to Yahweh Shemel Shai, and that requires you to be humble. You gotta. There's people who come out of this world. All right, they come from a very prideful ego. You know, statistics. If I'm pronouncing that word right.
Statistics.
Yeah, they come from that kind of environment. And, you know, they think they know it all, man. Well, you have to humble yourself down. And you have to be retaught, man. And receive unto those things of this milk, you know, with the basis of things, man. Okay? I got a precept. This is Ecclesiastes, known as Sirach, chapter 6, starting at verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. So if you apply yourself, you'll be prudent, man. All right. Verse 33, it says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thy ear, thou shalt be wise. And that requires you to be in the state of what? Once again, becoming a baby again, listening. Okay, hearing. All right. Being brought to a humble state. All right, and that means you have to be in order, man. That means you have to get in line. Okay, if you're going to receive, you got to start. You understand that there's been, you know, you got elders and apostles, great millstone, and that's been teaching this word for 32, 35 plus years, okay, on and down. And, under them there was men under them that was doing this work, right, just like them. So the point blank period is that you have to get in line, man, if you want to get that wisdom and the knowledge, man. The Lord's dealing with those ones coming in and willing to hear, okay, and not being that prideful spirit. The Lord's not dealing with that prideful spirit, man. You see?
That's right.
It says, verse 34, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. It says 35,
cleave unto him that is wise. So don't try to go and go your own way.
Right.
Don't lean into your own understanding. Cleave unto him that's wise. Stick close to the brother that's teaching you, man. That has a lot of knowledge. All right. They got it now. They learn a few things. Now they want to be Moses.
Right.
Now they want to be the leader of Israel. Now they want to be bishop. Okay. It don't work that way, man. You gotta submit yourself to the order. You gotta humble yourself. That's why the scripture just brought up said, "Bow if thou wilt bow thine ear," because that's a form of submission. Okay. You gotta humiliate. Before honor is humility, right?
That's right.
So you gotta humble yourself down, abase yourself, okay, and listen. When you submit to somebody, you gotta accept their instruction, accept that they are teaching you the right thing, and then the Lord gonna open you up to understanding. And then you're gonna be able to teach others also, man.
That's right.
But if your heart is too fattened from pride, guess what? You're not going to be able to receive that knowledge, to receive that understanding, which is good. It's good for the soul. It leads to the saving of the soul. You ain't going to be able to receive it because it's clogged up by so much pride. The pipes of your mind are clogged up by pride and ego. Okay, lust and you don't want to get it. You ignorant. Hosea 4:6 is a good one too.
Our people destroy for the lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, the Lord say He's gonna reject thee.
Yep.
You see?
They didn't want to hear.
He shall be no priest to me. Okay. So roughly paraphrasing, Jake don't want to hear. They don't want because once again it goes back to that pride. All right. You got a lot of guys who will have strong pride about themselves. Oh, they ain't gonna let no man tell me what to do. But it's the next one. Not wanting to just hear what it is, man. It's all about what the hell they got to say and all that extra shit, man. Nah, man. Sometimes you need to know how to take the Lord route. I was just watching a lesson on just the spirit about, it was the elder, the Mashapat, was going into, it being humble, man. How when you just going into being, the word humble goes into multiple things, not just, that. It goes lowly, meek, and etc., man. So, hey, that's what's being required of us, man. Of course, not every day you're going to be, be the best as you want to be, but it's a form of striving for it. You see, what the Lord's looking for you to be trying to be more in the spirit of being obedient and being more humble and just being more in order. Right. You see? But it says, let me see. Verse 34, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Verse 35, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee.
All right, don't let these things get away from you, man. You better catch on to what the older brother's saying. He's teaching you from experience. And the scriptures say experience teaches. That's one of the greatest teachers is experience. Okay? You can learn a lot from a man who's experienced a lot. All right? Versus a man that hasn't experienced the things that he's teaching. The man that's experienced the things he's teaching, he has a greater understanding on the topic, a greater understanding on the scriptures that go with his experience.
Right.
All right. So he's telling you how to live, and guess what? If you ever go through that experience, he's gonna give you the high quality knowledge to get through it.
Right. Well, if you think about it, in every different type of form of work or some similar to that. For example, like a job, you got someone who's been there for 20, 25 years compared to somebody who's been there for 2 years.
Right.
You still got the guy that's there for 2 years still trying to figure out the different methods of how to, get something put together. And then you got the guy who's been there for 25 years who doing it with a breeze. Matter of fact, he in a position to teach others.
Right.
You see? And that's the difference, because just because you might have a few years of knowing this and whatever the case might be, don't mean that them years of that 2000, not 2000, I'll think about a year, but just because that 25 years of putting in work, that don't just stop, that grows.
Right. Like interest.
Yeah. So it shows you that, you got to be willing to always constantly cleave onto it, man. Because you can constantly grow with that. Let me see. It says, verse 36, and if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee beside bedtimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Bring it back,
Come. 30. It says Ecclesiastes known as Sirach, chapter 6, verse 36. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee bedtimes.
Times.
So like I wear my glasses, man. It says betimes, the water, unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
So you see a man that's clearly got understanding, he got knowledge, he's got, experience in this walk. You better let your feet wear the foot of his door, because you're gonna get it. The Lord was dealing with him more, right?
Right.
So he's gonna give you all the insight on what the Lord taught him. All right, brother, been in the truth longer than you. The Lord taught him more than he has taught you. Okay, or taught him longer. All right, so he can tell you what you're gonna have to deal with coming into the truth. He has more experience being that that contractor for the Lord, man.
That's right.
You sign the contract, he's gonna show you what comes with the contract.
Give you the blueprint.
Yeah.
It says, verse 37. It says, let thy mind be upon the ordinance of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thy own desire. That's it, man. So, hey, that's the importance of these things, all right? Because when you follow in the right path of what Yahweh Shai set upon you, all right, and you be in order, you do what you got to do, the Lord's going to add on to those things, man. The Lord said he giveth the increase, you see?
That's right.
And you'll never find that out until you do those things that's necessary, all right, to get those increase, man.
Level up.
Level up, right, yeah. So, that was it on that. You got anything else? Just a quick lesson through the spirit, probably of a small shot. Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, to you, Akim, Aquatha, seeking the Lord, the truth, sincerity, man. All right. But, we're going to close it out by giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakadash. Once again, double on to those in the apostle, great millstone, teach you well. Until next time, we say, Shalom.